I haven't met that woman.
Do you think women, has a man ever satisfied you enough where you thought that he could be your husband?
Yes, he has, but not for very long.
Well, see, that's the problem. See, that's the problem, I think. That's the problem, I think, in marriage, is that a lot of women go into it whereas though looking for a certain satisfaction all the time, but sometimes it's a bottle in the spit.
I think men do the same thing. Men do the same thing because when I was married, and when I was married, we were very much friends. It was never, and cooking was never an issue. Washing clothes was never an issue.
Those are things that you did?
No.
Okay.
You
shared them?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, and...
What were the issues?
What?
That sounds good to me.
What
no
were
problem.
the issues?
Yeah.
No, I mean, he wasn't, I didn't do them, not that I did them, but that was not an issue to him.
All right, now that we cleared up what was not an issue, enlighten me, what was an issue?
Until marriage happened, until we got married, that's when all those things became so important and became an issue.
Really? So before you got married, it wasn't an issue?
No.
Because it wasn't...
So you're against marriage?
I'm not totally against marriage. If two people can, like you, I agree with you where trust should be very important. And if two people are battling for who can do more for the other, then that's a marriage.
Without a doubt.
You know, but if it's about, well, I'm not going to do this because you don't do this, you know.
Oh, well, you know,
you're a woman because you're...
That's the whole thing. You're not
supposed
to be putting a price, whether it's cash, whether it's a chore, whether it's a duty. You're not supposed to be putting a price on each other's, favors that you exchange for each other.
Exactly, and I think that's what it becomes very often. It becomes...
You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is that what is gained by the certificate? What is gained? I'm still waiting for this. I know we keep going off of it, and I know I don't want to hear about the skiing in Lake Placid. I don't want to hear about the nuns that are feeding birds in the park.
It's a security that two people and a bond that two people have. It's like living with your best friend. That's the way I look at it.
Okay, so why can't you live with your best friend without the certificate?
Of marriage? So what you're saying, marriage is really strictly for the woman?
I can say that, yeah.
So, and I can possibly agree with that simply because whenever, if there's a divorce or anything, it seems like the woman gets most of the, like we have to pay, it's always the man that has to pay the alimony, and then when it comes to the custody and things of that nature.
Unless you're a pimp, you can know how to flip it on them.
Well, I'd have to disagree with that.
What do you agree with?
I disagree with women being the primary beneficiary to marriage. I don't believe that women, I feel like women don't feel like they gain what you guys seem to think that they do out of marriage.
Explain to me Anna Nicole Smith.
Yeah, Anna just got, how much she get, like 100 million or
Anna
something?
fuck with old wrinkled dick motherfucker, right? He was 80 years old but had like 40 oil wells.
What about Whitney Houston and Bobby Brown? What about them? What is he going to give her?
For $600 million.
What is he going to give her when they get a divorce?
Who's that?
Whitney Houston and Bobby Brown. What is he going to give her?
Oh, now we get into crack addicts.
But listen. How much? So that now it
well,
comes
he's a drug addict.
Now it comes into how much is love involved in marriage? Do you have to love that person to marry her, or?
I think most definitely.
Or what kind
you
of
have
love?
to love that person.
An unconditional love?
Yeah, I'm just arguing that it's not only for women. It doesn't benefit women because women end up having to assume this role of having to cook and clean, even though they're working or sometimes maybe making the same amount of money as the man does. Mm-hmm. And, then they have to have children too, and, you guys aren't that affected by marriage.
Let me ask you something. Did you were married before? Wait a minute, you were married before. Did you evidently you loved your husband?
Definitely.
Okay. Did you love him for him or did you love him for yourself?
I loved him for him because he didn't do a damn thing for me.
So, and basically, what was he supposed to be doing for you?
Well,
in this partnership agreement?
That's exactly the point. I didn't marry him because of how much money he had, because he didn't have any money. I didn't marry him for what he could do for me because he got up and made me breakfast, because he didn't always get up and make me breakfast.
Then why did you marry him?
I married him because he was my best friend, because we never ran out of things to talk about.
I got a bunch of best friends. I don't go around marrying them.
Well, he was a companion that I could see being with for the rest of my
what I don't
life at
understand
that
is why
time.
couldn't you see yourself being with this companion without marrying him?
Well, I could have.
I think society's caught up
he wanted to
in,
get married.
quote unquote, the right thing. You know what I mean?
Or the idea of being married.
The idea is
just to walk around and say, I'm married.
I'm married. Just that whole idea. I mean, because I can't see where it's making sense. I'm still waiting for an argument.
Well,
on what is a marriage gain?
Well, I'll tell you what. Let me ask you something.
Besides, a whole lot of money to get out of it.
Okay, well, go ahead and address that.
I think that you can get a sense of what the gain is, or maybe there isn't even a gain. Maybe it's just something that's sacred. Maybe it's something that becomes sacred to two people that really feel like they want to spend the rest of their existence on this earth together.
I can understand that 100%, and I can agree with you there. And it can be something sacred with a handshake, a high five, a pat in the ass. Let's make it sacred. What do you want? Let's skip over a rock. Let's throw some chisel chips up in the river. Whatever you want to do, do. But why do we have to have the certificate?
Well, would you get married in a church and just have the religious aspect of it and not even get the certificate?
Well, that's even another question, because I wouldn't get married.
We have some questions that people had emailed us.
Okay.
The first question is, do men marry because they want to be married, or do they not want to lose the woman that they love? I think both ways.
Yeah, they horseshoe us into that stuff. You know what I mean?
So basically,
strong survive. You know what I mean? Let a hoe be a hoe. Only the strong survive, man. Let her whine, let her moan, let her go get with the next nigga. Fuck it.
So basically, what you're saying is you don't care if your girl leaves you. If you're in a relationship with your girl for 5 years and she says she wants to get married, and you say no, that's basically it. And she says, if you don't marry me, I'm out the door. You let her go?
I'm pretty much a pimp, you know what I mean? I just straight up, Why we gotta talk about that though? Why you had to go bring that shit up, you know what I mean?
Would you put some type of ultimatum on a guy like that? I mean, was that the case when you got married, or did he do it?
Well, just 1 second, just addressing that question, you know what I mean? How can a woman even feel like they want something that they're forced into, that they're forcing somebody into?
I totally agree. I cannot force a man to get married.
You know what I mean? I mean, isn't the entity of marriage both sides wanting it? And if you coerce him into it, then obviously your gains are beyond your love and your care for that person. Your gains are of a financial or...
Well, a lot of women want security. And just security because they probably feel like they put a lot into a relationship, and they want to make sure that it's not all for nothing.
What do you mean it's all for y'all?
Well, not necessarily. There are women that help a man through whatever career advancements he's trying to make, and in the end, when he's finally there, she has nothing to show for it, and
so see the financial gains again coming back.
It's a real issue when you feel like you put a lot into someone and they just walk off with the next woman, and what are you really left with?
I mean, you're left with a great experience knowing you won't do that again.
Well, I mean, it could work on both sides now.
That's true.
It works on both sides. I mean, there could be a guy that has, a lot more money. Hey, there was a question, there was that show, I forgot the name of it, where he offered her $1 million to sleep with his wife.
Shit.
Oh yeah, I remember.
And
I'll give you the whole fam, dogs. Mother, daughter, sister, take them all.